Hey, let's move it on. Shift gears. Go into some UberFacts. Here we go, Teddy. You ready to comment on these things that I'm about to read to you? You ready?
Yes.
All right. Now, you feel like talking? I mean, you're such a loner.
No,
we're
good.
Sit in your truck out
We're
there
good.
while I do the show?
We're good. Yeah, can I call in my answers?
Hey, you know what? Do that. Well, Skype. Teddy, studies show that men who have sex 4 to 5 times a week have a 45% lower chance of developing the kidney stones. Studies show that men that have sex 4 to 5 times a week have 45% lower chance of developing kidney stone. Now, this is a sensitive subject because my wife is about 15 feet away.
Right.
But I think I'm feeling a kidney stone back here in my lower back. Kristen, honey, if you love me, we got to start working on my kidney stones.
You're killing me.
Anyway, that's what studies show.
That's what
UberFacts has got to be true.
Got to be, yeah.
But I had some people send in some email stuff to me and said that the Uber was not true, but that sounds true to me, Teddy.
And
your thoughts? I mean, no, you're a lot of things, Teddy, but you ain't a doctor.
No.
But if you was, no, you're a working man. Do you think that a man having sex 4 or 5 times a week has a 45% lower chance of developing a kidney stone?
Yeah, I think the more you use your junk,
Yep.
the healthier the whole apparatus stays.
Yeah, and you got to think, but the kidney, the processing the blood and the purifying and clearing everything out, well, no, it's the liver.
They're all interconnected.
But that's urinary tract, so, yeah.
They must have done a study if they said 45%. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. Honey, got to work on my... I got about a 3-pound kidney stone. I need to start working on. All right, shifting gears. BMW had to recall their original GPS system because male German drivers were refusing to take directions from a female voice. I had a car one time where you could change the voice. If you didn't want to listen to the chick hollering at you, you could yell to the guy hollering at you. I just figured I'd just soon let the chick holler at me because I'm used to Kristen yelling at me all the time. So why would I want some dude in my car yelling at me?
Exactly.
I was yelling at you yesterday when we got lost. We had to call Teddy.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, but I didn't yell at him. I calmly told you where to go.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Teddy. I know when we hung up and you give me directions that Ray Charles could have followed those directions. With all due respect to the one and only great Ray Charles, you're thinking you had to do the old SMH. Shake my head, man. That's one dumb mother sucker. He can't even find his way to Rockport, town of 8,000 people. Got lost, and he's calling me for directions. I was mad in the Hornet because I was in one of those modes. Got on the airplane. I got up at 5 a.m. Didn't want to come to Texas anyway, but forced to. Had about 3 vodka and oranges before I got on the airplane and went to sleep. Woke up, got my bags. Of course, the alcohol was gone out of my system. Safe driver. Grabbed a 12-ounce Diet Red Bull. I was walking through the airport. Someone told me, Steve, you know those Diet Red Bulls are bad for you. Ted, you had someone tell you something about a Red Bull too.
Correct.
Are they going to kill you?
Man, it's not that it's going to kill me. It's that it makes me go too fast-paced.
Now, how amped up can a damn Red Bull make you?
Around here, if you blink too often, you're on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going too fast for these people.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm a firm believer in those Red Bulls. Drink
I'll tell
bunch
you
of
what,
them.
if a damn Red Bull is the thing that ends up ending the life of Steve Austin, then so be it.
Yeah.
God dang, with everything else that I've done to myself, if I get killed by a sissy ass Diet Red Bull, then so be it. I wasn't the toughest SOB in the history of the WWF, and that's the bottom line because I said so. So Teddy, back to the task at hand. The UberFacts, the guys not wanting the guy to yell at them on the GPS system. They recalled this system. So if your choice, you got your old truck out there, if you got a chick yelling at you or a guy, who are you going to yell?
I'd rather have a chick yelling at me.
Why? Is that sexist?
Man, if you get upset and reply, you know, as you could on the Unleashed show. Yeah, it'd sound better to, you know, get in an argument with a girl. That's more natural than getting in an argument with a guy.
Hey, check us out. Let's shift gears on that one. We're beating a dead horse here. Teddy, you're a Facebook guy. Do y'all hear those wind chimes in the background?
Yes, sir.
Man, I started hearing them things a while ago, and my left ear is ringing uncontrollably. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. I keep raising up my hand like I'm getting my hearing checked. All of a sudden, I'm looking. I think the ice cream truck's about to roll up in this sumbitch. It's the damn chimes out there.
Yeah.
You dig the
Yeah,
chimes?
I'm big on those wind chimes.
Yeah, they cool you down when you're drinking your Red Bull.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get you that
Yeah,
kind of
sit
zen
out there.
state.
Yeah, sit out there, heart going a mile a minute, listen to the wind chimes. Beautiful.
I
Beautiful.
tell you what, any single women in the South Texas area, Ted Fowler single, I'm going to drop his address at the end of the show when I do my match of the week. Let's move on, Teddy. Teddy, you do Facebook.
Yes.
You got a badass crib here that you built with your own two hands, and you got your office in there, and you're like an organizational freak. Ted keeps a spick and span house. It's highly organized. You got your computer over there. So, Teddy, my point is, heavy Facebook use has been known to cause anxiety, depression, narcissism, sleeping problems, and even stomach aches. Have you been experiencing any of these symptoms?
No. I don't get on it that often.
Really?
Yeah. No, you hamstrung me last time we talked about this because I got a bunch of friend requests from, once again, guys. Remember
What's wrong with having guy friends?
I play softball with guy friends. I don't need to be friends with them on Facebook. I'm friends with girls on Facebook. Yeah. Hello.
Ted trying to get hooked up on Facebook. Swig of water for the man trying to get laid.
You got to cast your bread upon the water.
It is what it is. Ted said that the Facebook has not been caused him any anxiety, depression, narcissism, sleeping problems, or stomach aches. But when I showed up, he had all those symptoms. Yeah. All right, here we go. Teddy, get this. Now, I know you're a big SpongeBob SquarePants fan. Within 10 years of it being launched, the SpongeBob SquarePants franchise was worth over $8 billion.
All I know about that, it's some kid's show. I've never seen.
Although, like a doll. Kristen, you're the
Yeah.
Now, first of all, my wife is really smart, and she got a couple of degrees, and she's just a really smart human being. So we're going to defer to her as being the smartest person in the room. If she wasn't here, it's really me and Ted flipping a quarter to see who's the smartest. So Kristen, tell me about the SpongeBob SquarePants franchise. What exactly is it? A cartoon, or is it like a little doll?
It's an animated cartoon show.
That's all it is.
Yeah, and they sell products, they have games, they have T-shirts, they have everything.
They got T-shirts. It's a game. It's a damn series on TV. Why did I think of something stupid like that?
Dude, I don't watch that garbage.
It's garbage, Teddy, but it's worth $8 billion worth. Moving on. Damn it, Ted.
A marine biologist, in fact.
Really?
Yeah.
A marine biologist started SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. It's the kind of stuff that you learn listening to my show. Dig this, Teddy. You're a big music fan. Listening to music for an hour each day can help reduce chronic pain by 21% and depression by up to 25%.
Can help reduce or produce?
It can help reduce.
Reduce,
chronic pain. No. Let's talk about some chronic pain, because I've had some hellacious injuries suffered in the square circle back in the day. I don't give a rat's ass what kind of music I turned on, whether it was the Carpenters or Captain and Tennille or Metallica, Meshuggah, Rainbow, Dio, anybody. Michael Taylor. God dang, Teddy, when I'm hurt, I'm hurt. Now, you want me to listen to a little bit of Captain and Tennille after dropping a couple of Vicodin? Whole different ball game. But just listen to a little bit of music in and of itself ain't going to get me out of no pain. Now, Teddy, recently, about a year ago, you almost cut off 2 fingers with a table saw. So you went to the hospital. They stitch one of them back on?
Yeah,
2 of them?
Both of them, yeah.
Okay, so what'd you do? Just turn on some music, start feeling better? You hit that doctor up for some Percocets?
No, they jacked that thing full of juice and gave me a handful of pills, and we were good.
Okay, so did you come home and listen to music to make it 21% less?
No, not until I woke up the next morning. I, had me a little mixy, which I probably shouldn't have, but.
So now I can see the music helping depression by 25%.
Sure.
That can take you out of the doldrums just with the energy and the adrenaline and the beats and all that stuff. Yeah. So I can dig that. But I don't know about the chronic pain thing.
No, I don't buy into that.
Yeah. Teddy, get this. A 27-year-old woman tried to smuggle 54 small bags of heroin into jail by hiding them in her vagina back in 2011. A 27-year-old woman tried to smuggle 54 small bags of heroin into jail by hiding them in her vagina back in 2011. That's a lot of damn heroin bags.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm afraid to comment. Yeah.
And with that being said, we move along to the next one. Teddy, humor and laughter are two of the fastest ways to get rid of stress and pain.
I agree.
Stands to reason,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, we'll laugh, shuck and jive,
Yeah.
a little hullabaloo, and
It's hard
have
to be
a good time.
Hard to be upset when you're laughing.
Yeah, I mean, times are tough and hard paying them gimmicks they send in the mail called bills, and maybe, you stumped your toe, get somebody to come over and laugh and joke. Tape a Steve Austin show, feel a lot better about yourself. No, let me don't go there. I'll tell you what. Let's move right along. Teddy, this is an interesting one that will really interest you. Before the young boys of the Etoro tribe of Papua New Guinea can be called adults, they must consume the semen of their elders.
That's out.
I'd be like 86 years old, they still be calling me a young boy.
Junior.
Junior, come over here. Why y'all call him Junior? He's 86 years old. Oh, it's a long story. Teddy, you think that's true or false?
Yeah.
What kind of rite of passage is consuming the semen of an elder?
God, I don't know. I mean, isn't it bad enough they, cut off the tip of your pecker? I mean, can't they do something like that instead?
Well, I mean, at least it's not consuming the semen of the juniors. Hello. Moving right along. Well, no, we haven't cussed. I mean, I dropped a couple of S-bombs, but it's okay. Hey, Teddy, moving on. That was a sensitive subject. And if I offended anybody in any way, in any part of the universe, I apologize.
Go listen to some music.
Yeah. Stay away from them elders. Teddy, teens say social media makes them more aware of what's going on in the world than their parents do.
I agree.
I'll tell you what, there's a damn disconnect out there. Kristen, you got to jump in on this one. You've got a niece out there and pretty active in the social media. Do you think that the social media is making her more aware of what's going on in the world than her parents?
It depends on what you mean by aware. Aware of cultural events.
Yeah, what Kim
See, that's the
Kardashian's
thing
wearing.
about talking to my damn wife. She's so smart. She's ever taken note. Okay. I'll bring you back in on a simple question. She's so far off that you can't understand her, but anyway, she's very smart. Check this one out. The average American loses about 393 hours of sleep every year. In the last week, Teddy, I've lost about 40. I ain't been getting enough sleep. The average American loses about 393 hours of sleep every year. Hell, I went to go get my sleeping pills the other day. The bill was $300-something. I can't sleep when I pay for the damn sleeping pills. So that first night, I'm tossing and turning. And, of course, as thrifty as Kristen is, anytime we go to Gelson's to get our groceries, she's got a $5 coupon. She ain't been able to rustle me up a coupon for my damn sleeping pills. And when I switched over to generic, Ted, you're almost the same age as me. You remember back in the day when you went and got generic, whatever it was, whether it was Vicodin or a sleeping pill or whatever, when you got generic back in the day, it was about a third of the cost.
Oh, absolutely.
These days, when you go get a generic, it ain't but a frog hair less.
Yeah.
There's not that big discrepancy that there used to be. So I feel like I'm being ripped off when I buy generic drugs these days, and I'm sick of it. The pharmacies and the doctors in the system trying to keep a man down, trying not to let me sleep. I'm just kidding you. Cut a little promo. Teddy looking at me like I'm crazy. He gave me an Alpha Brain and a Diet Red Bull. I ain't had an Alpha Brain in about 3 months, and so like my brain is churning. Now, it's only churning bullshit, but it's still churning. So anyway, Teddy, moving on. Lack of sleep can age a man's sex life by 10 to 15 years. So if you got an average American losing 393 hours of sleep every year, half of them are guys, and then a lack of sleep that can age a man's sex life by 10 to 15 years. And then the thing about the kidneys, Kristen, this is pointing to we need to increase our sex life if I'm going to try to stay alive and be happy.
You won't get enough sleep, though.
Because I'm always worried about this. Because I think like this, Teddy, you're right behind me in age. I'm 49. So I think, when I'm like 6'9", 79, you know, am I going to want to get laid as much as I still want to get laid right now? Because I'm a pretty active cat. Do you ever think about that? My point is, I try to get as much as I can when I can. Preston, any comments?
Here.
But you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Guys are horny.
Yeah. Oh, I don't pass any up when it comes by. That's for sure. You heard it here. I ain't shy about it.
That's what I like about Ted. Straight as an arrow, loner, likes to get laid, and likes to hunt. My kind of guy. Hey, Teddy, check it out. A microwave uses more electricity to power its clock than it does to heat your food. So check it out, Teddy. I got clocks all over my house. I collect neon clocks. I got a watch on my wrist. There's a clock on my iPhone. Because I'm so damn cheap and miserly, what I'm going to do, I want to disassemble my microwave. And if it's using all the electricity to power the clock, I don't need that clock. I know what time it is. I'll snip the wires and save money. Smart, not smart? Comments? Anything?
You could put it in your motorhome. Sounds like it's pretty hot in there.
Dude, right now I'm looking at your clock over. It's 3:55.
Yeah.
You know how much that digital clock right there is eating away at your power bill.
What it cost me to have you see it's 3:55?
Well, dude, I mean, when I came in, you had your air conditioner set on 96.
You don't never hear.
Well, I know, but it's on 96, and you knew that I was coming by. You should have turned it down to 73. Teddy, let's move along. We're wrapping this whole shenanigan up. I got to drive back to San Antonio, Texas to catch my flight. I've got to email this show. I've got to drop my match of the week. Couple more, Teddy. Did you know that Taco Bell started off as a hot dog stand?
No. I love them now, though.
I love Mr. Taco Bell.
Well,
It's been a long time since, don't get me wrong, back in the day, I used to roll into a Taco Bell with a little bit of a buzz and drop, I swear to God, $25, $30 on a to-go order.
No, either that or
soft tacos and a couple of big old burritos.
What about Jack in the Box? Those two tacos for $99. Hello.
Dude, forget about it. And and you talk about it, and it's still dropping $20, $25.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, and the thing about it is when you get the munchy buzz, when you go get that $20, $25 worth, you got to eat it all.
Oh, yeah.
And you might save one or two for late, you know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, but you can't let that stuff go to waste. It's all about consuming that food.
Correct.
I don't like to waste no money. Teddy, tragic story going on here. The owner of the company that makes the Segway, you know the Segway?
Yeah, that little
the gimmick you
deal
stand
ride.
on and wheel you around?
Correct.
The owner of the company that makes Segways died in 2010 after driving his Segway off a cliff. Moment of silence for the Segway creator. Okay, Teddy, coming back in with this heartbreaking story. That's terrible. What, did he try to drive the Segway off the cliff? Did it not stop? Did the brakes fail? How did this happen? Was it intentional?
It may have been testing out a new prototype or something. Who knows?
Could have been. So certainly nothing to laugh about here, folks. And always tough to segue out of a story about a guy driving a Segway off a cliff. Hey, Teddy, check this out. And we might use this down at the Broken Skull Ranch. Now, this is talking about crocodiles, and we got alligators down there, but the only way to escape the jaws of a crocodile is to poke it in the eye.
I had heard that. You know, that's...
Yeah.
And I think the same thing with a shark attack. You're supposed to, you know, jab him in the eye or something. I don't know if I would be thinking that clear.
Yeah.
You know, if one of those guys grabbed a hold of me.
Yeah. I mean, I figured out, you know, one time, it's a true story, I was floundering, and I was in about 2 foot of water, and it was right on the banks of the Nile River, and about a 30-foot crocodile came up to me and bit me on my leg and started going into a death roll. And so there I was, spinning around like a rotisserie chicken in the jaws of that crocodile. And I tried to poke him in his eyes, but he closed them. Yep. Teddy held up his, what do you call that?
The old Three Stooges, baby.
The old Three Stooges eye blocker. It's kind of a visual joke. You can't hear it on the podcast. But anyway, so there I am, spinning around like a rotisserie chicken. Chris is trying to get me to move on, but I'm not. Oh, yeah. So I just grabbed him by his nose and started pulling upward to remove my leg. And then as I was trying to pull his nose upward and open his jaws, I lost traction. And he snapped back closed. My leg was still trapped in there. He started spinning like a rotisserie chicken again. I was going nowhere fast. I was on the brink of death, thinking, what do I do now? What do I do now? So, Teddy, what do you think I did?
Take an Alpha Brain.
You're right. I took an Alpha Brain. All of a sudden, I started thinking. I said, hell, that's what I need to do. Wham! Rang him up on that stack of dimes he called a neck, hit his ass with a stunner, and swam back to shore. And that's why I'm sitting here talking to you on the Steve Austin Show podcast right now. Alpha Brain, Stone Cold Stunner, rang his ass up, and just to rub a little insult to injury on his sorry ass, pinned him for a 3 count, counted it myself, swam back to shore. Swig of water for the crocodile-killing man. Teddy, we got a couple more to go here. Here's one. A whale's vomit is worth about $5,000 a pound. A whale's vomit is worth about $5,000 a pound.
What would you do with it?
Well, I mean, you're going to sell it somewhere. The thing about it is, last time I tried to collect some whale vomit, I took a bunch of beer and I was swimming out in the ocean. I found a big blue whale. We was hanging out drinking, but I never could outdrink him enough to make him throw up to collect the vomit. So I can't say that I've ever sold any vomit for $5,000 a pound. Have you?
No, I've never bought any either.
Yeah, and I forbid myself to go out drinking with a sperm whale just by the fact that homie don't play that. Let's move on, Teddy. Teddy, dig this. You got any phobias? Are you claustrophobic? Got arachnophobia? I know you're afraid of the dark, but any other phobias?
Spiders and bugs. And
okay, so you're kind of arachnophobia.
Yeah.
But did you know that a phobophobia is the fear of having a phobia?
No.
Can you believe that there's someone so stupid they sitting in their house and their fear of having a phobia? So they got phobophobia. And to even discuss that anymore would be dumbophobia. So we're going to move off. I'm going to tell you this last one right here. It's Teddy, smoking one cigarette takes about 11 minutes off of your lifespan.
I thought it was 7 too.
Okay, smoking one cigarette takes about 11 minutes of your lifespan. Some people have heard 7. There's a couple of people I'd like to buy a pack of cigarettes.